Hello everyone. Today in this tutorial I am going to explain you how to configure Azure DevOps CICD pipeline to deploy a sample application in Azure Kubernetes services using Helm chart. So to do this I have created a very basic sample application as it is projected here. So this is a sample API. This is the API. If I call this API, I'll be getting as a response API is working like this. This API is configured on port number 5005. So if I call this API on 5005, I should get this response like this. This API is having, I have created a Docker file. So this is a basic, very basic Docker file, which will be used to create a Docker image to build the, to deploy the application in Kubernetes services. Here in this application, the most interesting thing is Helm folder. So to create a Helm, what you need to do first, you need to install the Helm tool in your local system and then just visit to the root path of the application and write the command create Helm and the name of the Helm name. Here I have given the Helm name as Helm, so that's why it is created as the Helm name. As it is already created, I am not going to create it. I'll give you a very basic overview idea to what are the things available inside the Helm folder. So here the very first thing is values.yaml. So in this values.yaml, these values are going to use to deploy, to use in the YAML file of the maybe services, maybe deployment, ingress, HPA, all those things. So in this deployment, I'm not going to use ingress or horizontal port auto scaling. That's why already this ingress is enabled false is there. If it is there, if it required, it should be done as true, but in this deployment I am not going to use this one. Let me talk something regarding service. So this is the service which will create a load balancer type of service so that I can access this API from any from public internet. In values.yaml file, the service type is explained, defined as load balancer, so it will be created as the load balancer. And this is the deployment file. This deployment file will create a pod for this application to access the application. So this is the image path, something like this has been configured, as you can see here. So this application is they are available in this Git repository. I'll be giving in the description box this link if you, in case you need this application as a sample. So this is post. So now the second thing what I want to show you, what are the things available for me in Azure portal. So in this Azure portal I created a resource group. In this resource group I have created a Kubernetes services and Azure Container Services. In this Azure Container Services only, the CI part of Azure DevOps is going to push the image and the CD part is going to use that image to deploy this sample application into this cluster. So this is the part of the Kubernetes Azure portal, and the third thing is Azure DevOps. So you need to have an account in dev.azure.com. Once you registered in this account, you'll be having something like this organization. Inside this organization, you need to create projects. Click on create project, give some name and description, type, select the type and either public or private, and click create. Once you create the project, just select the project, and then very first thing what you need to do, go to the project settings part. In project settings part, there is service connection. Click on service connection, create a service connection. So now let me tell you what is this service connection is going to use for. So this is my dev.azure.com, a different component, and here is my portal.azure.com. Those two are separate things, right? So the pipeline I'm creating here in dev.azure.com, this pipeline is going to access these Azure resources. So to access these resources, I need authentication, right? So for that, this service principal is going to use. So just click on next, select service principal automatic, recommended, Here's you need to select the subscription which will be coming here and select the resource group. So here lots of resource groups are there, but here I am selecting only this resource group because this is my resource group k8s_rg. Give some service principal name, maybe k8s underscore service underscore connection. Click on save. Once it is saved, what it is going to do, it is going to create a Azure Active Directory app. So here if you see, nothing is there. So once it is successfully created, one app will be appeared here. So let's refresh this one. See, this app is created. So just beautify the name. I think this is a very big name. Let's copy the same name and create the name. Underscore AAB underscore app, maybe it's good for me. Come back here. So my connection is ready. Now let's create a pipeline to deploy the application. Create a new pipeline. Let me delete this pipeline. I don't think this is required. Yeah. So create a new fresh pipeline. Select classic editor. Select GitHub, because my code repository here you can see is my code repository. I'm going to use this code repository to deploy to the deploy via CICD. So this repository is already appeared. If it is not appeared, you need to authorize using your credential. Select the main, click on continue, then start with Docker. Select the Docker. Here give it some name, something like node-ci, maybe Azure pipeline. Here you select the agent who will be responsible to build and push the images to the Azure Container Registry. This is my repository. Make sure that this clean is selected as true. Maybe you can change the name, something ci-agent-job. Then build an image. So I created in previous step this service connection. So this service connection is appeared here. So this should give me the access of the container registry, Azure Container Registry, what it is here. Let me show you again one more time. So this container registry I'm going to select here. So build an image is my action. Docker file, which is available here, is the Docker file. Then this is the image name. How the image name I'm going to use is something like let's say I am going to create a variable in this next step. So let me use the variable ACRURL, maybe dollar, something like this, /sample API, maybe this is my repository name, colon, then dollar my image version. Let me use the build ID version, build ID, correct. Copy this one. In next step it is going to use. So push the image, push action. Where I am going to push the image? Definitely in my Azure Container Registry. So select the Azure Container Registry, push an image, is the action name. Exactly the same name should be here. This name and this name should be same, because the name whatever it is getting built should be used to push should be used at the time of pushing the image to the container registry. That's it. Now my third thing is I need to install Helm tool to my client agent. So just add this Helm tool. This version will be used at least, or by select this checkbox to install the latest version. And a prerequisite kind of things is kubectl is going to install in that agent machine. Then my fourth thing is Helm, again to create the package. So here once you added this one, change the command like package, then The chart path you need to select. Here you see this is the chart path, like here in my application this is the Helm chart path, right? Using this chart path, this pipeline is going to create the package, Helm package. Select that one. Version I can give something as build version, build id maybe is okay for me. Yeah, all good. Now whatever package is getting built, I want to publish it here into the same build context. I'm going to publish. So artifact name you can give something like maybe sample API. It is good for me. And just change this one to in this so this one is the guy who is creating the package, Helm package, keeping it here. So let's use the same thing here. So in this context the package will be available. So that's it. This is the CI configuration. Here one thing I need to create a variable ACR and the value of the ACR URL I'll be getting it from my Azure Container Registry overview. Just keep it, make sure that spelling is correct, ACR URL and ACR URL, yeah, correct, it is correct. Just save and queue. It may take some time. Once it is completed, I'll come back. So the image build and push is completed. As you can see, this is a green tick. Let's check the log, what happened. So build an image, definitely checkout is happening to pull the code, all those things, and then build an image. So if I check this one, successfully tag the image with this, and build an image is successful. Then push an image, it is pushing image to the Azure Container Registry. Then Helm tool is getting installed into the agent machine. Then Helm package, it is getting prepared the package or with this name node sample -16.tzz. Okay, that's it. Now we are ready to create the release pipeline. Let's delete this one also. I don't think. Let me create a fresh copy. Okay, so here you just search with Helm, deploy an application to Kubernetes cluster by using the Helm chart. Okay, so you select the artifact previously created by a Helm CI pipeline. So select that one. Once you select, all those things will be automatically pre-filled. Click on add. Now what you do, give the name something cd node -cd. You change the node -cd name also. As your subscription, you need to select the connection, then resource group, where is the cluster available. In this resource group my cluster is available. Select the cluster, that's it. Agent job cd agent job. You select the agent as Ubuntu 20 as I selected previously also in the CI pipeline. So here one thing is I want to tell, the version of the Helm is 2.9.1, that is 2 series. The Helm is also having one more version called version 3. So the major difference between Helm version 2 and version 3 is that in case of if you are using version 2, you need to install Helm in the agent, in client machine as well as in the Azure Kubernetes or in the Kubernetes cluster also. But in case of version 3 of the Helm, You just need to install that Helm in the client machine. No need to install into the cluster. That's why I am going to delete this Helm installation to the cluster. Only keep Helm upgrade. So this is going to install my Helm package. Give the namespace as default, maybe. Upgrade file path. Where is my Helm packages exist? So in previous CI path I created the Helm package, right? That one I am going to select it here. You see here it appeared. The interesting thing is you should remove this hard-coded, this fixed part and make it a start, so that any in next release whenever it is building, it will come at 17, 18, 19, automatically it will be taking. So the version I can take build id, release name maybe sample API. Here the argument part, so here if I go to my values, in my value section, see this tag is available, right? So let me replace this tag. So these are the default value. If you are not giving at the time of deployment, these values will be considered. But if in case I don't want this value, then what I can do, I need to replace these values in the pipeline, something like this, hyphen set image dot tag equal to whatever value you want to give. In my case I'm going to give a build id. Let me copy it, $of build id. That's it. Now maybe this deployment is getting failed, I want to roll back. How do I do? So for that you just add Helm again, and here you change the command something to roll back. You select the connection, select the resource group, select the cluster, namespace default, rollback. I don't want any argument or so. When I want to roll back, only when the previous task is got failed. So I hope everything is configured. So let me check one more time. So node connection is given, selected the resource group and the cluster. Then in case of agent, I have selected this agent properly. The latest version CI also from the previous CI step came. Helm upgrade. This is the thing, fine. I think everything is good. So let's click on save this pipeline, create a release. So before creating a release, let me show whether I do have what is the configuration details of my Kubernetes cluster. So from this putty I have connected to this Kubernetes cluster. This is my Kubernetes cluster. So if I write get node, I should get node details. Let me check any Helm installed or not. Helm list, no Helm is installed. And one more thing, let me confirm that my image is properly pushed to the Azure Container Registry or not. So go to the container registry, click on repository. The version was 17, correct there? 16, 17. Maybe I did not run the pipeline. Let me confirm. Did I run? Yes, I ran the pipeline. What was the version? 16 or 17. Let me check the log. Build an image. Yeah, it was 16, so correct. So 16 version is came properly. Super. So let me go to release and run this create release, and let's wait. It may take maybe 1 minute. So once the deployment gets successfully done, I should get if I write Helm list here, I should be able to see some values. Just wait for some time, and 5 out of 8 tasks is completed. Yeah, so deployment got succeeded. So to confirm the deployment succeeded or not, I am connected to the cluster. Let's check here. Yeah, so node sample API came here with this version. So let's check any pod is running or not. This is the, by the way, this is the Helm version. Helm what I deployed. This is the release of the Helm. So if I deploy this two times, 3 times, 4 times, then this number will be getting increased one by one. So let me check the pod details. kubectl get pod. Yeah, the pod is also running. So to access the application, I need to check the service. I selected service as load balancer. Yeah, so this service also I got it. So if I call this, I should get the response. Yeah, my app is working. So if I confirm this one with my application service, so API is working. So the same output I am getting. So that's it. This is how we can configure our CI/CD pipeline to deploy any kind of application using in the Kubernetes cluster using Helm. I hope you people have enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. I hope you liked this video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.